Hello everyone, I welcome you all for the lecture series videos of Basics of Mechanical Engineering. In the last video, I just introduced about the welding process and we just classified about the welding process. So among that, the arc welding process is a common welding process which is mostly used in the fabrication purpose. So for the fabrication purpose, we are creating the arc in the welding process. That arc is generated between the electrode and the workpiece. So due to the generation of arc between the electrode and workpiece, we need to give power supply. So the power supply may be a alternative current or a direct current power supply used to generate the arc. So in the arc welding process, one of the important uh, part or component used in the welding process is an electrode. So the electrode is a main media which transfers and which converts electric current into arc, and the arc is struck between the electrode and workpiece, which is used to heat the raw material or the parent metal to its molten state. Then finally, it is melted and which is joined together. So it comes under fusion welding process. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the uh, electrode, what is electrode and how to specify the electrode, and then finally decidable properties for the electrode. So here I am Dr. J.Yokesh Kumar, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Engineering. So I want to discuss about these things in this video. So let us have a deep discussion on this. So this uh, diagram explains how the electrode is uh, can be categorized and what are all the components are there inside of the electrode. So this is the sectional view which indicates what are all the important components that is there in the electrode. So this electrode is used in SMAW process. So SMAW stands for shielded metal arc welding process. So in this video we have an electrode. This is called an electrode diameter. So this is very important to select a proper holder for fixing an electrode in the holder. And every electrode it is provided with the number, alphanumerical number that is used to specify the electrode. So that is called AWS classification number. So AWS stands for American Welding Society. Then each welding is coated with the flux. So normally flux is used to uh, create a shield between the molten weld pool and the air. So if air is contaminated in the weld pool, which leads to oxidation of weld metal, finally it degrades the properties of the weld joint. To overcome this, we have to create a shield. That shield can be created by means of this coating. This flux coating create a shield. Then at the center we have a core wire that is used to give the feed rod and feed metal, then create an arc by using this core wire. So this is the broader specification of welding electrode. So here I have specified the carbon steel electrode which is used in the arc welding process. So here we have a specification that starts from E70 18-1H4R. So this E stands for electrode, and this 70, the number 70 stands for tensile strength of the weld joint in terms of KSI. Then 1 stands for the position. So for what position we can able to weld the uh, welding process by using this electrode. For positions, we have 4 positions. 1 stands for all positions, and 2 stands for flat and horizontal positions only. Then 3 stands for flat only, and 4 stands for flat, horizontal, vertical, down, and overhead positions. And this 8 stands for type of coating and current used in the welding process. Then uh, this digit stands for the welding which is able to meet lower impact requirement. Then if there is any hydrogen or other enrichment are there, then we can use for this hydrogen uh, forward this. Then finally we have R, that when the electrode meets the requirement of to observe the moisture test, then this R symbol will be given. And this is the desirable properties of a welding electrode, where we have to select the electrode based on this. The first and foremost important property is so it must shield the arc between the weld and weld metal in the weld pool. So for that, mostly we are using flux coated electrode, so that create an shield between the molten weld pool and the parent metal. Then it must add metal to the weld. So few of the welding electrode is having a filler metal, so it can able to supply the filler metal. Some of the welding process, it is not having any filler metal in the welding electrode itself. Say for example, TIG welding process, tungsten inert gas welding process. Then it must sustain and welding arc. So the arc can be sustained between the parent metal. Then flux is having the following desired properties. So it can be able to easily decompose into gases and displace into the welding site. Then it can able to ionize and support when we go for arc plasma. Then flux, the molten metal and cooling, these things can be done very easily. Then it can able to form a protective layer in the form of slag. So these are all the important properties required for the welding process, and these are all the references for my presentation. So this video we have explained about what is welding process, and what are all the classifications of welding process, then electrode, what are all the importance of electrode, then desirable properties of the welding electrode. So thank you for your attention.